let's talk about what happened with baby Stormi. Baby Stormi was born Tuesday at 7:05 in the morning. The birthing process was great. She got up, she drank, she pooped. Perfect. So day 1, perfect. Day 2, perfect. Day 3, I get a phone call from my friend Lauren, who's doing barn chores, and she says something's wrong with Stormi. And I come in right away to the barn to check on her, and she didn't have a fever, but Lauren had put a blanket on her because she was shivering, and when I got there, she was dripping sweat and panting. She had diarrhea and just a little lethargic, and then I went to watch her nurse, and she has milk all over her face, and she's trying so hard to nurse, and she can't. And whenever we have clients' horses that are like that, I always tell them they need to go to the hospital, because if they go from they can nurse to they can't figure out how to nurse, something is seriously wrong. And so we load up her mom up, and we drive the 1.5 hours to the hospital that is local and takes on most of the babies nowadays. And on our way in, I did call them and forewarn them, 1, that we were coming, but 2, that the mom is an alligator and you have to watch your back with her. She's fine with me because she knows me, but with the amount of staff that I knew was going to have to be in there, they were going to need sedation right away, and they quickly found out why. But that was one thing that also told me something was wrong with baby Stormi, is because her mom is extremely protective, but towards me, she was pushing me towards the baby. She's like, please help her. And that's not her mojo normally. So we get there, and when we were unloading baby Stormi from the trailer, I noticed that her stomach was starting to look distended. The staff goes and does their workup, and also 2 notes that her stomach is distended. So we choose to do an ultrasound. And during the ultrasound, we discover that her bladder had ruptured. So a bladder rupture is not something that's unheard of. It's more common in colts than it is fillies. So the only way to fix it, though, is surgery. So my options were euthanasia or surgery. And I've been doing this horse thing for a long time. If I felt like this baby was not thriving or that she wasn't going to try and live, I would have picked euthanasia. But she was trying to nurse. She was spicy. Like, the staff said, normally when babies come in for a ruptured bladder, they can't keep them up. They struggle to thrive. And this baby was like, watch out, here I am. I'm a ninja. They're like trying to place her catheter. She's like, hey, watch out, don't touch me. So like, Stormi is a fighter. And I appreciated that out of her. And that's what told me that we needed to do the surgery. The surgery is expensive, for sure. We had to wait 1 day to do the surgery because her levels were so off. But the staff was really surprised at how well she was doing having a ruptured bladder. So yesterday, which is Friday, went in at noon. They did the surgery. They said that the tear is normally on the dorsal side of the bladder, and hers was where the bladder empties. So that was also very odd. And they managed to repair it. She will not have a belly button, but they think that she will be able to be a normal functioning horse. So I am so glad that I did do the surgery. I also want to stress about how rare this was to happen to baby Stormi. I was told a surgeon of 40 years walked in while she was having surgery yesterday and said, oh, a bladder repair on a colt. And the staff was like, no, a filly. And he's like, no, a colt. And they said, no, a filly. And he said, in his 40 years of practicing, he has never had to do a bladder repair on a filly. So Lauren, who was the one who discovered that Stormi is sick, set up a GoFundMe that has been on Facebook. And I want to thank each and every person who has donated on there to help save Stormi. The surgery is very expensive. But she's doing so well, and she's gonna have such a big fan base. Mama is not handling everything well. Her GI system slowed way down because of the amount of time she's been sedated. And when Stormi was in surgery yesterday, they had to sedate her heavily multiple times because she was so upset about her baby being gone. Like I said, she is an alligator, but she's a great mom. So we got a little worried about colic with mom. We are going to treat her with ulcers when she comes home. And then as of last night and this morning, she's being a little more shifty than what you would care for on her front end. So we will be doing radiographs and trying to check her for founder problems when she is home. Stormi will be on stall rest for a long time. I was so looking forward to those outdoor baby pictures, and unfortunately we will not have those for quite a while. But I am, again, thankful for the people that have donated thus far. Please continue to share Stormi's story and her GoFundMe page. It is so appreciated. It's taking me a lot not to cry right now. And I appreciate every single one of you people. And please continue to follow baby Stormi and her story. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.